All right, I am with my friend and business partner, our Senior Vice President, Chris Johnson. Chris, the name of our company is Lourie Life and Health. Everybody knows us for the health side, which includes Medicare, but let's talk a little bit about the life side. I want to talk a little bit about life insurance and just kind of give a broad overview of our life business and what we do.
Thank you for having me. Joel, we've been very fortunate over the years to help many clients with their health insurance and Medicare needs. But what we found is with many of them, when is the last time they've done a life insurance review? It's in a very important role in making sure you round out your portfolio, making sure that you and your family are protected.
Why? I mean, if somebody has life insurance and, why would they need to do a review? If they have it, right?
Sure. Well, what we find is many clients either don't have life insurance or perhaps they don't have enough. And so, our clients come from all different walks of life with all varying, needs.
What are some of the top 5 or 6 reasons somebody would need life insurance?
Yep. And again, various walks of life, various needs, sitting down, having a conversation about what those needs are. It could be income replacement, the untimely death of the primary breadwinner. What's going to happen to your family, if you're gone? So it's replacing that income. Along those same lines, debt replacement. You have a mortgage, you have credit card debt, making sure that you have enough life insurance in place to cover that debt in the event of an untimely death.
Let me put a pause right there. We see a lot of young couples, right? A lot of young couples that will come in and buy maybe what's called a term life policy. And I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but they're a young couple, they just bought a house, they have 1 or 2 kids, and that, I guess, would fit into that income or debt replacement category, so that if the higher earner in the household dies, or if one of the persons in the household dies that earns income, there's money there to help pay off the mortgage or to pay on the mortgage, pay off debt, etc.
Exactly, and making sure that there's money there for when the kids do go on to college to pay for those college expenses. So
you hit that. I want to touch on that though, but educational fund.
Sure. Right? Yeah, and it also can be used as a vehicle for savings as well to fund for education. So you've got that. There are people who just want to leave a legacy behind, to leave an inheritance. The passing on of generational wealth. That's very important to a lot of people.
But we see that more and more today that parents, grandparents want to leave a little bit bigger nest egg for their children or grandchildren, so that perhaps they won't have to struggle as hard as the parents or grandparents did. Not just a gift where they don't have to work, but something to help them get started. That money can be used for college, it can be used as a down payment for a house, etc. Chris, I think one of the ways you and I learned the life insurance side of our business was with a product called final expense insurance. What is final expense insurance?
Yeah, so there are a lot of our clients out there that are just looking to cover their burial expenses. They want to have the peace of mind to know that when they're gone, their family's not saddled with the debt of paying those final expenses, paying for the burial, paying for any other debt that may be left over. It may be a small $15,000, $20,000 policy. And so again, clients coming from all walks of life, sitting down, having a conversation with them about what's important. I'll tell you one of the new areas that a lot of people are attracted to with life insurance are for what's called the living benefits.
Okay.
And so there are life insurance policies that in the event of, say, cancer, heart, stroke, there are benefits built into the life insurance policy that will allow you to take a portion of that death benefit in advance to help pay for long-term care needs, to help pay for a cancer diagnosis, a heart, stroke, etc. And that's been a very popular feature of life insurance.
And they're called what, living benefits?
Living benefit.
Yeah, and I think probably just to sum it all up, and again, we would need to do a needs analysis, because as you say, every client's different. What one couple may need is different than from what another person may need, etc. But to sum it all up, the reason you buy life insurance is for what?
It's peace of mind.
Peace of mind, right. You just want to be able to go to bed at night and know that if God forbid something happens to you, that the people you care the most about are taken care of, right?
Exactly.
All right, so hold that on the individual side, but we also see businesses using life insurance. In what capacity would a business need to purchase life insurance?
Similar peace of mind, but it's peace of mind as opposed for the family, it's peace of mind for the business.
Okay.
So you have key person insurance. You have someone in your organization that is extremely valuable, has knowledge, competencies that if they were to have an untimely death, what happens to the company? And so there's life insurance you take out for what's called key person insurance.
Okay.
There are buy-sell agreements. So within organizations where you may have someone who wants to retire or someone also that sees an untimely death, what happens in protection for the company. So again, it's peace of mind, but it's peace of mind for the business. Moving on, also businesses want to attract and retain some of the top talent.
Right.
And so offering life insurance to employees as a benefit.
I want to go back for a second because you see a lot of disruption in whether it's a family-owned business or a group of people-owned business. When somebody dies, what happens, right? What happens if they have an interest in the business? So this is why it's so important, I guess, to sit down and plan it all out. Nobody likes to talk about death, but that's pretty much the one thing that's guaranteed. Two things that are guaranteed: death and taxes, right?
You got it.
And it's better to plan it out so that there's a stream of revenue available in the event that happens to take care of whatever that need is. Chris, I want to just ask you a quick question. What's our role in all this? What do we do here at Lourie Life and Health?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's making sure that we're meeting the needs of our clients based on their specific budget, based on their specific situation. So it's sitting down, it's having a conversation with them. Like you said, a young family, 30 years old with infants are gonna have different needs than a client of ours who's aging into Medicare, who is looking to cover final expenses. So versus the business owner that is kicking off his or her business and wants to protect that business and have continuity if someone were to pass away. And so it's sitting down, having a conversation, determining those needs, determining the right type of life insurance, term insurance, whole life insurance, universal life, et cetera, or a blend thereof, and then going through the quoting, the enrollment process, and at the end of the day, being there for them after the fact. So if they needed to update beneficiaries, they wanted to increase the amount of life insurance, decrease the amount of life insurance, et cetera.
I can't tell you the number of times that, I can think of one most recently where I had a client and her husband died, and she called me and said, "Joel, what do I need to do?" And I said, "You need to take care of your family. I'll get you the forms and we'll make sure that the life insurance proceeds get paid quickly." Chris, to do a life insurance review at Lourie Life and Health, what does that cost somebody?
Nothing.
Nothing. So we want to sit down. If we think, it's kind of like Medicare or health insurance, if we think you're in the right plan, we'll tell you you're in the right plan because we don't want to walk you down a path unless you really need to make a change.
For sure.
Chris, thank you so much, and thanks for explaining the life at Lourie Life and Health.